Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in and welcome back to yet another episode of Proudly Motherland. Yes, the channel where we talk about everything Motherland and giving our own take to it. Thank you for coming through, man. They call me Misterjaay. If this is your first time coming through, man, yes, I'm a proud Motherlandian living out in the Diaspora. And I do drop vlogs every now and then talking about issues, news affecting my continent and information coming out of my continent. You dig? Yes. Misterjaay's reaction. We back at it. Now, if this is your first time coming through, I want to beg of you, do a brother one thing, man. Hey, give us that thumbs up, man. The more thumbs up you give us, the more YouTube understands what we're trying to do, and it's always an honor to have you check Misterjaay out. I want to give a special shout out to those in the United States, man, for the couple of months. You've been having my back, man. Those in Germany, Canada, Britain, Italy, the Netherlands, man, Pakistan, I saw y'all, man. India coming through, man. Ireland, whew, Nigeria, Uganda, Ghana, Cameroon, South Africa, man. It's all love. You feel me? Sierra Leone. It's all love, I mean, it's all love. I just want to share my own intake, give my own quota to everything that's coming out of Motherland. So, ladies and gentlemen, before we get started, do not forget, man, yes, think about being a member. Hit that subscribe button, smash the like, man. You feel me? Turn on that notification, too, so that whenever I drop something, you'll be the first to get it. You feel me? Now, ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to talk about something real interesting today. We're going to talk about Nigeria. Yes, we're going to talk about Nigeria, man. Nigeria, how far? We're going to talk about that beautiful country, man. See, you cannot talk about Africa without talking about Nigeria. I don't care how you take it. So many people around Africa will not like this, man. When we talk about Africa, you're going to talk about Nigeria. You have to talk about Nigeria because Nigeria is one of the biggest economies in Africa. Economy-wise, population-wise. And when it comes to that entertainment, man, a whole lot of issues popping out of Nigeria where we talk about music, entertainment, technology, everything, man, business, everything is coming out of Nigeria. You feel me? So we want to talk about it. So if you guys remember, man, a couple of months ago, man, when the coup took place in the Republic of Niger, it's a neighboring country to Nigeria. So many people get it confused, man. The Republic of Niger, they call them Nigerians. The Republic of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, they call them Nigerians. You feel me? Yes, similar names and everything, but one was colonized by France and the other one by the UK. Now, I don't know if yes, France colonized or they were placed under the trusteeship. That's a story for a different day by the League of Nations. But yes, correct me, Mr. J, if I'm wrong. But when that issue happened in the Republic of Niger, man, the chairperson who was current president of Nigeria, who just came into power, this man was championing a whole lot of issues that did not go down well with a whole lot of people around Africa, especially some people in Nigeria who actually understand the struggle that Nigeria went through to get to a certain level that they are today. So this president became very, very very, very unfamous. A whole lot of people hated him. He goes by the name of President Bola.Tinubu Ahmed. Yes, man, this man, he's been hated all over again. And then he took in a whole lot of responsibilities for that country. Now, it doesn't matter however way he came into power. The man is the president now, so everybody just had to toe the line. And for the beginning of his regime, man, a whole lot of issues just going left and right, everything just going wrong. Right up to now, a whole lot of things are going wrong. But ladies and gentlemen, there is a saying that even a bad clock tells the time right twice a day. Let me repeat that. Even a broken clock can tell you the time correctly twice a day, once in the morning and once in the PM. You dig? I said that to say this. Even the worst presidents, sometimes they do make the good decisions, which actually turns out to be a great decision. Now, in reference to Mr. Bola.Tinubu Ahmed, the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, man, I read an article that this man just took a decision which is pretty much genius of this man's administration. The President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, man, His Excellency Mr. Bola Ahmed, he recently took the decision to cancel the trips of any ministers, of any government officials out of the country, starting from the 1st of April, a couple of days. Today is the 22nd, man, of March. In a couple of days, man, nobody will be allowed to travel out of Nigeria on government mission. Now, ladies and gentlemen, some of you might be like, but this is what other countries around the world are doing. But yes, this is very, very rampant in Africa. What do I mean by this? We've all known that most people get into politics in Africa not because they want to help. They do not want to change the narrative. Some of them get into power because they want to enrich themselves. Now, if you're asking me, Mr. J, but how does that correlate? Let me tell you this. It has been known across decades in Africa that when people strive to get into politics, they don't want to go out. They do everything so that they can stay there until they die. And that is because some perks come in as a politician, especially when you're a politician at a higher level in the country. Minister, senator, congressman, lawmaker, local government person. And this is what happens in Africa when people become presidents or they become ministers or they become senators. They start traveling out of the country on so-called state matters. And when you travel for state matters, man, the coffers of the government suffers because they fund your trip. Now, it is not a bad thing to fund the trip of a state person, of a politician from any country. The problem is the politicians in Africa, they abuse that ish. Yes, African politicians have been known to abuse certain things that were meant to help them do the jobs of the people that they represent. Yes, they abuse it. It is very common in Africa to see a senator who wants to travel, let's say, to China, to get people to come and do maybe agricultural projects, build roads, build bridges, mining, or whatever mission the government might need some funds in or some help in. A senator who is supposed to travel maybe with a team of 5, a delegation of 5. This man takes a delegation of 20 people. 5 is even too much, because when we look at some of these Western countries around the world, when we look at some international conferences around the world, some of these Western countries, they travel with less state people, less delegation. You see countries go to the United Nations General Assembly, they just have 4 people in the delegation. 4. In Africa, people have left with right up to 400 people. And I'm talking about Nigeria, the climate change issue, they went with 400 delegation. I don't even know why you need to travel 400 people for an international conference. But that makes the state coffers cry and suffer. Now, if you've been following the situation in Nigeria recently, you will realize that, man, it's been crunch time, man. The Nigerian currency has been devalued. And for the first time in a long time, man, CFA from Cameroon is actually worth higher than the Naira. And that is because certain things need to be put in place. Now, when the government cannot control its expenses, there is bound to be a whole lot of hardship in the country, and Nigerians have been feeling that. Some of them have been castigating, some of them have been, Nigerians, Nigerians, they carry last now. They always vent out and they let you know exactly how they feel about a certain system. So this man, in an attempt to polish up his name and his regime, the image of his administration, this man was like, no more traveling out. And if you have to travel out, myself, I don't need an excess. I don't need more than 20 people. Now, this is what happens, man. This is a business with African politicians. So let's say you want to go out to sort for funds, maybe to a foreign country. Some of these politicians, what they do is, okay, yes, I'm going to travel out. So the state cover is going to give me, let's say, $1 million for me to travel out with, the team. Because you need allowances to pay the flight, pay hotels, pay feeding, pay security, and whatnot. Some of these people, they take maybe this $1 million. I'm just giving an example. Don't say, Mr. J, they don't travel 1 million. Yeah, it's just an example. They take this $1 million. Sometimes they don't even use everything. And normally, a rationally thinking person should be like, man, I didn't use all of the money. Let me give it back into the state coffers. African politicians don't do that. They would rather overbook or overbuild the government. Like, man, we spend more than this amount that you gave us, and I use money from my pocket, so you owe me X amount. And that is how the state covers reduces, and there's what we call mismanagement of funds later on. That's a way to embezzle money. So this president is putting down his foot to say, you know what, no more. So starting from April the 1st, Nigerian politicians, by the way, let me just say this, Nigerians love to travel. You guys they love to see the world. And you guys need to believe me that if you go to any country on earth and you don't see a Nigerian community, bro, get the hell out of that country as an African. You feel me? So this man is putting down his foot down. I want to end this vlog by asking you, what do you think? Is this man trying to clean his image, or this man is sincerely and genuinely worried about the economy of Nigeria? So I will end this by saying this. I wish that every African president and leader can have this same law in place. Now, this man says he's going to go for 3 months. How about extend it for 3 years? And then when any person is being sent out for a government mission, they should tell them to travel with just 5 people. 5. Why would a senator need more than 5 people to travel? But we know some of them travel with your family members. Of course, it's a free paid trip, so you guys can travel as you want. So, man, this is a good move. We applaud this man and bravo to him. I hope that this law stays in place for a long time. And I do pray that some African countries can follow suit. I don't want to talk about my own country in Cameroon. Only God knows how many people always go with this man when they travel. But that's my time, man. Do not forget to watch the other vlogs, man. From me to you, man, have a great weekend. Stay good and leave a comment. Peace.